Hello and welcome back to another week of Sambo iRacing. We are back with another special in our series of track guides. This time we're in the Formula 4 at Spa, but behind the wheel is Gianni Lutsu, 10k iRacing driver, king of the V with over 5 world championships to his name, all-round great guy and top driver coach. So if there is anything that you need to know or ask him, let me know and I will ask him in the comments. Right, as normal though, we are going to do a hot lap and then a breakdown, then we're going to be back in the cockpit one final time the driving line on. Let's start the hot lap. Right, let's start the hot lap. So he crosses the start-finish line as we come up towards La Source, over onto the left-hand side, goes past the 100, and then just before the 50, oh, look at that trail brake, absolutely straight onto max braking, straight away. Now, obviously, we're going to go flat here, all the way through Eau Rouge and Radial. And nice and smooth, making sure you're taking a little bit but not too much of the old curbing as we head up the Kemmel Straight. We're in 6th gear. Johnny is using 55% brake bias, and just before the 50 board here, this is when he brakes, trails it off, leaves it in 4th gear, a little bit on the gas, lift, then he's back full, back over left hand side. Now absolutely taking turn 7 flat, exiting nice and wide, looking for the 50 meter here, and again down to 3rd gear. Look at that trail brake, people, look at that trail brake. Back over to the right hand side, little lift here, and then back on the gas. Now Gianni was my driver coach and he still does that. There is a link top line of the description if any of you want driver coaching for any series, any car, whatever. Johnny is your man. He did take me from 1250 all the way up to 5k. Look at that trail brake once again. Back on the gas here. Back over to the left hand side. Once he gets to the curbing, leaves it in 4th. And then he's absolutely flat through curve, Paul Freire. And he's going to remain flat now all the way to the bus stop chicane. Now the new tyre model is slower by a good second, probably a second and a half around here. Easy to drive, but it is a slower tyre. Right, just after the 100, look at the trail brake all the way down in 2nd gear, off the gas and then back on. Controls the power slide at the end and over and across the line in a 2:21.735. Right, let's do the breakdown. Okay, let's do the breakdown. So for T1, we're going to go past the 100, and then more or less where that marshal stood up on the left-hand side is going to be the braking zone. So you see the little marshal there? That's going to be, as we start braking, we brake up to about 90%. Why pull that off in a straight line? Now he does a sharp trail off here, looking for the apex, smoothly getting back on the gas in 2nd gear, back up to 100% once the car's settled. It's all about smoothness around here. So he's just taking some curb on the left. And then the same on the right. And then again. I'll hug it round to the right hand side. Right, so we go past the 200 and then the 100. And then it's going to be more or less as we start coming up to the curbing on the left-hand side here that he then starts braking. And again, that's about 85%. Trails it off, leaves it in 4th gear. He's back on the gas, not to a massive degree, but back on the gas at the curb, and just holds it like that until the 2nd apex when he does a slight release and then gets back on, looking to get up to 100% as quickly as possible. And then absolutely flat through turn 7. The braking marker for this, we go past the 200, and then it's where the 50 would be. And it's once we're again on the curbing here on the left-hand side. And this time brakes up to about 70%, trails it off, long trail off down in third gear, starts building up on the power, but he's only, we're halfway through the corner here, he's only on 50%. And then he just gradually builds back on. There's no on, off, which unsettles the car. It's all about smooth inputs. Back over to the right-hand side in fourth gear. It's just going to be a lift. So we get to the curbing. He starts to turn in, does a lift down to about, what, 15, 10%, something like that. He's back up to half or 2/3 at the apex. And then straight back up. Exit nice and wide without actually hitting the gravel. He's up to 6th gear. So this is the big one that everyone gets wrong. We've got the 50-meter marker board there, and just before we get there, going to get on the brakes to about 35%, drops it down to 5th. Now he's back on 100% so early on here, and just holds it over to the left-hand side. He makes so much time in that corner. As we come up to turn 12, he's in 6th gear, and he's going to be braking just where the curbing starts. And only up to about 70%. Quick trail off in 4th gear. Starts building back up on the gas. Slowly. Back up to 100%. Tiny little lift as we go through turn 13. And then again, smoothly back on. He has inputs I could only dream of. Now, as we come up to turn 14, the braking zone is just before he gets to the curb. He wants to brake onto the curb to open up the corner. And now he's back on 100% once again at the apex. And now he's flat all the way through to that